how the same old patterns just keep playing out.
Mm.
What if the real power to break free, to create lasting change, isn't some elusive external fix, but it's actually like a wellspring of potential already active within you?
That's exactly it. That's precisely the core exploration we're embarking on in this deep dive.
Okay.
We're pulling out the essential insights from Louise Hay's The Power is Within You. Think of this as, well, your shortcut to understanding how to reclaim your inherent strength.
Right, and initiate that genuine transformation without getting bogged down in, pages and pages of explanation.
Exactly. We want you to grasp the essentials quickly.
Exactly. We know you're looking for substance, those
Yeah.
key understandings that can shift your perspective and offer real-world application.
Yeah.
Our goal is really to distill Hay's central ideas, giving you actionable knowledge about the very roots of personal change, tailored for someone keen to understand what truly drives transformation.
And we'll be covering the foundational principles. We'll start by pinpointing how to recognize and harness your inner power.
Okay.
Then move through the vital role of self-esteem. That's really the bedrock for change. We'll explore effective ways to release the grip of the past and ultimately kind of connect these elements to cultivate greater well-being and attract abundance in your life.
Okay, so let's get straight to it then. The initial chapters of Hay's work, they immediately challenge us with this potent idea. The power to alter your life resides within you.
Yes.
It's about recognizing you're not just passively reacting to life's events.
And what's fascinating here is the emphasis on our internal landscape as the primary driver. I mean, external circumstances definitely happen, right?
Of course.
But Hay posits that it's our interpretation of these events, shaped by our ingrained beliefs and, habitual responses, that truly sculpts our experience.
So it's our thoughts and feelings acting like blueprints,
Oh, yes.
subtly influencing things.
Yeah. Exactly. Energetic blueprints.
Mhm.
They can subtly influence the opportunities and challenges that, well, show up for us.
Right. It's that moment of realization, that aha moment that we're actually
Yeah.
co-creating our experiences, not just enduring them.
Mm-hmm.
It shifts the focus.
Yeah.
You stop trying to constantly change the outside world and start looking at understanding and leveraging your inner capabilities.
Precisely. It's not about waiting for life to magically get better. The agency, the power to initiate that improvement is already online within us.
Okay.
And the first actionable step from this, it's cultivating self-awareness.
Right. Before any real change can happen, we need to become really conscious of our own thought patterns, those ingrained reactions.
Yeah. What are those repetitive narratives we're constantly telling ourselves? Are they helping or hurting?
And Hay suggests practical tools for this, like journaling,
Mm-hmm.
tracking thoughts and emotions.
Yes, or just taking dedicated moments for introspection. Simply tuning into that inner dialogue. Is it generally supportive, encouraging, or is it often undermining your confidence, your potential?
And why is this initial awareness so empowering?
Tell me.
Because it immediately repositions where you feel control lies.
Oh, okay.
Instead of looking for external fixes or blaming circumstances, you start cultivating internal agency. You realize you're not just a passive recipient.
Right, you can actively participate in shaping your inner world, which then influences your outer reality.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense. Now, building on this inherent power, Hay identifies self-esteem as, well, basically non-negotiable for genuine healing and lasting transformation.
Absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
Without a fundamental belief in your own inherent worth, any attempts at, deep sustainable change are likely to falter.
It's like low self-esteem acts as a governor, unconsciously limiting you.
Yeah, exactly. Limiting your goals, your acceptance of good things, even when they're right there. It often shows up as self-sabotage or just this nagging dissatisfaction.
And so many people grapple with that relentless inner critic, right?
Right.
That voice constantly finding flaws, whispering we're inadequate.
Hay points out that voice often isn't even originally ours. It's absorbed.
Exactly. That inner critic frequently echoes early life experiences, internalized messages from parents, teachers, society.
Right.
These negative scripts get deeply embedded, shaping how we see ourselves and limiting what we think is possible.
But Hay offers a really helpful perspective on self-love. It's not about arrogance or thinking you're better than others.
Not at all.
It's simply about recognizing and valuing your own inherent dignity, your worthiness.
And the practical shift here involves consciously choosing self-acceptance over self-condemnation. It's a deliberate decision.
Like treating yourself with the same compassion you'd give a friend.
Precisely. The same understanding, forgiveness, you'd readily extend it to someone else. Why not yourself?
She even recommends concrete practices like mirror work, looking at yourself and saying positive, loving things.
Yeah,
It might feel awkward at first, I imagine.
it can. But the goal is to gradually rewire those deep negative self-perceptions.
Okay, so connecting this to the bigger picture, healthy self-esteem isn't just about feeling good now.
No, it's foundational. It provides the essential groundwork for making healthier choices, setting strong personal boundaries,
Oh, yeah.
and navigating life's complexities with more resilience. When you genuinely value yourself, you naturally move towards experiences and people that nourish you.
Okay, so we've got the power within, the critical foundation of self-esteem. What's the next key step in this transformation journey, according to Hay?
That leads us straight to the vital process of releasing the past.
Ah, the past.
Hay really emphasizes that clinging to past hurts, unresolved guilt, lingering resentment. It acts like this invisible but really heavy burden.
Yeah.
It fundamentally restricts our capacity for growth and moving forward.
It's like trying to run a race dragging an anchor, isn't it?
Exactly. Drains your energy, slows you down. And I think a common misunderstanding is that letting go means you have to, deny or minimize the pain you went through.
Right, like pretending it didn't matter.
But that's a crucial distinction. Releasing the past isn't about pretending it didn't happen. It's about consciously choosing not to let those past events keep dictating your present feelings and limiting your future.
So extracting the lessons, maybe, but not staying emotionally chained to the pain.
Precisely. And one of the most potent tools Hay discusses for this is forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
It's,
But she emphasizes it's mainly for our own benefit, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In Hay's framework, forgiveness is first and foremost a gift we give ourselves.
How so?
Well, holding on to anger and resentment creates this internal toxicity. It ultimately harms us far more than the person we're angry at.
Okay.
It's about liberating yourself from that emotional entanglement, freeing up your energy.
She even offers specific affirmations for this, like, I forgive you and I set you free, I set myself free. Short, but powerful.
Very. It's a declaration breaking those ties. And she also touches on inner child work in this context.
Right, connecting past pain to childhood.
Yes, because often the roots of our deepest hurts lie in unresolved childhood experiences. Connecting with and offering compassion to that younger self.
The one who might still be carrying those hurts.
Exactly. That's an integral part of releasing the past and fostering deep inner healing.
Which naturally brings us to a whole section dedicated to loving that inner child. That concept really resonates, this idea that we all have a younger self inside needing care.
Understanding, reassurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's particularly insightful is the connection Hay draws between our current adult struggles, insecurities, anger, anxiety, and the unmet needs of that inner child.
So if we didn't feel safe or loved unconditionally or understood back then,
Those feelings can echo into adulthood. Those early emotional imprints can leave a lasting blueprint on how we navigate the world now.
wow. And the transformation comes from consciously starting to, reparent ourselves.
Yes, providing that inner child with the nurturing and validation it might have missed out on.
And that allows us to shift our responses from reacting based on old wounds.
To more thoughtful actions based on present awareness and self-love. It's a path towards greater emotional maturity. We're no longer solely driven by those unacknowledged childhood needs.
And Hay offers practical techniques like visualization, picturing yourself, comforting your younger self.
Yes, actually interacting with that child part of you. It sounds simple, but it can be profoundly healing.
I can imagine.
And when you combine that with nurturing affirmations, you are safe now, I love you and accept you completely, it creates this powerful internal dialogue.
Offering reassurance, building inner security.
Exactly. Security that might have been missing. Connecting this back, loving the inner child provides a vital foundation for building healthier adult relationships and living more authentically.
So we're really starting to see how these pieces fit together. The power within, self-esteem, releasing the past, nurturing the inner child. Now, how do we make these shifts stick? How do we make them lasting?
Okay, that's where the concept of reprogramming old messages becomes absolutely critical.
Reprogramming, like beliefs.
Exactly. Hay explains that many of the core beliefs shaping our adult reality were essentially absorbed during childhood, often operating beneath our conscious radar.
That's a real aha moment, isn't it? When you realize those recurring negative thoughts, that feeling of not good enough might not even be yours originally.
Right. They're often inherited from family, culture, society. And the first step in changing them is just bringing them into conscious awareness.
Recognizing they're just outdated programming, Not necessarily the truth about you now.
Precisely. Not an accurate reflection of your current truth or potential. So the actionable step is to actively question these long-held beliefs.
If a thought pattern consistently triggers negative feelings or limits you, examine it.
Yes. Ask, is this really true? Where did this come from? And then, crucially, consciously replace that limiting belief with a new, more empowering one.
Hay uses the analogy of the mind as a garden, right?
She does. If you want different flowers, you have to weed out the old stuff and intentionally plant new seeds.
And the main tool for planting these new mental seeds is the consistent use of positive affirmations. We've touched on this, but it seems central.
It's a cornerstone of her methodology. Regularly repeating positive statements, I am worthy of love and respect, abundance flows to me easily, helps to gradually rewire the brain's neural pathways.
So over time, this consistent practice weakens the old negative patterns.
Yes, and it reinforces the more constructive self-affirming messages. But it's important to remember, changing deeply ingrained beliefs takes sustained effort. Patience is key.
Okay, so we're actively working on our beliefs. Now, what's the direct link between these internal beliefs and, the external stuff we encounter every day?
That's where understanding the power of thought really comes into play. Hay's central idea here is that our thoughts have this remarkable creative force.
They lay the groundwork for our reality.
Essentially, yes. They function as the mental blueprint for the events and circumstances we attract, or at least how we perceive and react to them.
So if our inner talk is mostly negative, full of self-doubt, that's the kind of energy we're putting out.
And it's perhaps not surprising if we then encounter situations that seem to mirror those internal anxieties. Hay even suggests a link between persistent negative thinking and physical well-being.
Right, the mind-body connection.
Absolutely. Chronic negative thoughts can induce stress, create imbalances. But what's really insightful here is the shift in perspective it offers.
From feeling like a victim of circumstances
To recognizing our active role as conscious creators through the thoughts we consistently entertain.
which means the actionable takeaway is to become super mindful of our thoughts, intentionally choosing loving, constructive ones.
Supportive of our well-being, yes. It's about making conscious thought hygiene a non-negotiable daily practice, like brushing your teeth, but for your mind.
I like that. Thought hygiene.
Exactly. Cultivating awareness of your internal mental environment and actively directing focus towards thoughts that align with your desired outcomes. Connecting this back, the energetic consequences of negative thought patterns can be significant.
While positive thinking can create a ripple effect.
Indeed. Influencing not just your internal state, but also the experiences you attract or create externally.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the how of personal change, but what's the fundamental energy, the driving force that sustains this whole process of transformation?
For Louise Hay, the answer is clear and simple. Love.
Love.
She posits that love is the most profoundly healing and transformative power in the universe. Full stop.
And she consistently emphasizes it all starts with self-love. It's not secondary, not optional.
It's a bedrock, the foundation upon which all other forms of love and positive change are built. And she's clear. Self-love isn't narcissistic. It's absolutely essential for a healthy, fulfilling life.
Right. You can't really give or receive love healthfully if you haven't cultivated it within yourself first.
Exactly. And she suggests simple, profound practices for this, like that mirror work again, looking into your own eyes, affirming, I love you, I truly love you.
It's direct, powerful, a way to cultivate self-compassion.
Definitely. And the impact of this self-love, it radiates outwards, doesn't it? It profoundly influences how we relate to others.
Approaching others with unconditional love. Does that mean condoning bad behavior?
No, not condoning harmful behavior, but extending a fundamental sense of acceptance and compassion for the person, recognizing their inherent worth, even if their actions are challenging.
Okay, so it fosters peace and understanding in relationships.
It does. It's about recognizing the value in everyone. And what's really insightful is how love softens judgment, eases resentment. It just creates more harmony.
So we cultivate love for self, extend it to others, but ultimately in this journey of empowerment, who's really in the driver's seat?
That brings us right to the realization that you are in charge. Kay emphatically states we are ultimately responsible.
Responsible for our thoughts, our emotional responses, our actions.
Yes. Taking complete ownership of our inner world. And I think a major pitfall is blaming external circumstances or other people for our unhappiness.
It might feel good temporarily, maybe, but it leaves us feeling powerless.
Absolutely. Blame effectively surrenders our personal power. In contrast, Real empowerment starts with the conscious choice to take responsibility for our internal state and our reactions.
It's an ongoing daily practice then.
Yeah.
Choosing how we want to think and feel.
Exactly. And this path to empowerment, Hay suggests, is paved with those consistent daily practices we've been discussing: gratitude, kind self-talk, forgiveness, setting healthy boundaries.
It's the cumulative effect of those small, consistent actions that builds that lasting inner strength.
For sure. And connecting this to the larger picture, true empowerment isn't about controlling external events or people.
No, what is it then?
It's that deep inner knowing that you have the inherent capacity to navigate life's challenges with resilience, grace, and love. It's a lifelong journey of consciously choosing love over fear in our responses.
Okay, so this internal power we've been discussing, where does it really come from? What's the ultimate source?
Hay is clear. True, lasting power comes from within, not from external sources like money, status, or other people's approval.
It's rooted in self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-love, everything we've been exploring.
Fundamentally, yes. It's about recognizing that innate potential within each of us. Hay even uses that evocative term, divine spark.
Suggesting an intrinsic connection to something greater.
Yes, the idea that we each have an inherent connection to a source of universal intelligence, wisdom, and the practical ways to tap into this inner resource.
Meditation.
Stillness.
Practices like meditation, prayer, cultivating stillness, practicing gratitude, anything that helps quiet the external noise and allows you to tune into your own inner guidance.
So true empowerment isn't about trying to manipulate everything around us.
No, it's more about consciously aligning ourselves with this inherent inner truth, this internal source of strength and wisdom.
Living in alignment with our authentic selves, guided by intuition and self-worth. Precisely. And this intrinsic inner power, he suggests, is what ultimately enables us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and inner peace.
We touched on releasing the past earlier, but it seems so foundational that Hay revisits it later. Why the continued emphasis?
Because, as she reiterates, holding on to past pain acts like this persistent, powerful anchor. It prevents us from fully embracing the present and seeing future possibilities.
It distorts our current view, limits what we think we can achieve.
Significantly.
Yeah.
And forgiveness emerges again as absolutely crucial for this liberation. It's not just a one-off thing, is it?
No, it feels like an ongoing practice, choosing to release again and again.
That's right. It's an ongoing choice to release the emotional charge tied to past hurts. Hay encourages cultivating a willingness to forgive even if you don't feel fully ready yet.
Using affirmations can help with that willingness.
Yes, they can be a powerful tool to support that continuous process of letting go and the profound benefit of finally releasing that baggage.
Freedom, energy.
Yeah. Immense freedom and energy. It creates space for new, more empowering experiences. Joy, creativity, healthier relationships.
By letting go, we free ourselves to actually live in the present.
Exactly, which is the only place where we truly have the power to create change. As Hay puts it, letting go is ultimately a profound gift we give ourselves.
Now, Hay also digs into the connection between our mental and emotional states and our physical health. A very holistic view.
Yes, what's particularly insightful is the direct link she draws between our dominant thought patterns and physical well-being. She suggests our bodies often mirror our inner emotional landscape.
And that persistent negative thinking can actually contribute to physical ailments.
That's her perspective, the idea of illness sometimes being a message, our bodies trying to communicate something we haven't consciously acknowledged emotionally.
So she encourages asking, what is this illness trying to tell me about my inner state?
Exactly. It encourages looking beyond just the physical symptoms to explore underlying emotional or mental patterns that might be contributing. It's a call for a truly holistic approach.
Addressing mind, emotions, and body.
All interconnected. And she offers specific health-focused affirmations alongside consistent self-love practices as ways to support the body's innate healing capacity.
It's based on the principle that true healing starts from the inside out.
Yes. By consciously cultivating a loving, supportive, positive inner environment, we enhance our body's natural ability to heal and find balance.
Shifting focus slightly, Hay also explores the link between self-worth and prosperity. That's fascinating.
It really is. Her core insight is that our level of abundance is directly linked to how much we believe we deserve it.
So if we feel unworthy deep down,
we can unconsciously block abundance from flowing into our lives, even if opportunities are there.
So those limiting beliefs about money is hard to come by, rich people are greedy, etc., they actually impact our finances.
Hay argues yes, absolutely. She stresses the need to identify and consciously release those deep scarcity beliefs. To cultivate prosperity, we need to shift our mindset from lack to abundance.
And the key is cultivating a prosperity consciousness through gratitude and positive expectations.
Exactly. Gratitude shifts focus to the abundance already present, while positive expectations open us to receiving more. And prosperity here isn't just money.
Right, it's broader.
Much broader. Abundance in relationships, health, joy, fulfillment, all areas of life.
One of the later chapters has a really thought-provoking title, The World is Our Mirror. What's the core idea there?
The central concept is that our external reality often reflects our internal beliefs and emotional states. The people we attract, the situations we encounter. They can offer valuable clues about our inner world.
So if we keep facing similar challenges or dealing with specific types of people, Hay suggests asking.
What aspect of my own inner world is being mirrored back to me here?
It's an invitation for self-reflection, not blame.
Exactly. Our judgments of others, especially, can often highlight parts of ourselves needing healing or acceptance, things we haven't integrated.
So instead of just reacting to the world,
We can consciously use relationships and life experiences as tools for our own ongoing transformation and growth.
shifting from reaction to reflection.
Precisely. Recognizing life as this dynamic feedback loop that constantly supports our journey of self-discovery.
Hay returns to the inner child theme near the end, reinforcing its importance. Why is this concept so central to her teachings?
Because, as she powerfully reiterates, that inner child represents our foundational emotional self. The unhealed wounds, the unmet needs from childhood, they can continue to exert a huge, often unconscious influence.
On our adult behaviors, emotions, relationship patterns.
Absolutely. Things like persistent low self-esteem, trouble with intimacy, trust issues often traceable back to early experiences and the state of that inner child.
So the ongoing work of loving and nurturing that inner child is essential.
Absolutely essential for deep emotional healing, building self-trust, and cultivating profound, lasting self-love. It's about becoming the loving parent to ourselves we might have needed back then.
And the final chapter offers this really empowering message. Rebirth Day. It's not about waiting for some big event, is it?
Not at all. It's the liberating idea that every single day presents a fresh opportunity to begin again.
We have the power to choose to start anew at any moment with fresh intention based on love.
That's right. Hay emphasizes we don't need a crisis or a specific date to initiate positive change. The power is always available.
And she suggests simple things like self-celebration, small personal rituals. They help anchor these new beginnings.
Yes, these mindful practices help acknowledge growth, set clear intentions, and solidify our commitment to self-care. And ultimately, Hay encourages embracing spiritual trust.
Faith in the flow of life and our own inner wisdom.
Exactly, allowing us to navigate our journey with more joy, ease, and inner peace.
So to kind of wrap up this deep dive into Louise Hay's The Power is Within You, the central empowering message really comes down to recognizing and reclaiming that inherent internal authority we all possess.
Exactly. It's understanding the immense power each of us holds within to consciously shape our lives.
Right. And the fundamental importance rock for all positive change.
And the absolute necessity of actively releasing the burdens, the limiting beliefs of the past.
And understanding the profound direct impact our thoughts have on our lived reality.
And that love, starting with ourselves, is truly the most potent, transformative force we have access to.
For you, our listener, grasping these core principles, well, it provides a remarkably efficient pathway to understanding the fundamental drivers of personal growth.
And creating a more fulfilling, empowered life. And remember, this exploration is really just the beginning.
Yeah.
We encourage you to take a moment, maybe reflect on which of these principles resonates most deeply with you right now. Which area feels like the most fertile ground for your own immediate exploration.
So